In this video, I will teach you how to summarize pie charts as a part of IELTS Writing Task 1. Let us take a look at the following question. The graph below shows the sectorial allocation of the defense budget of India in 1970 and 2010. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. Let us first understand the format of writing an academic writing task 1. We always begin with writing an introduction which consists of two parts, paraphrasing the question and writing an overview. And then we write the body paragraph. So let us see how to paraphrase this question. First, underline the important keywords, then begin by mentioning which type of graph this is, and rewrite the question using the synonym of the keywords. This is the question. The graphs below show the sectorial allocation of the defense budget of India in 1970 and 2010. I have underlined the keywords for you. Now we will rewrite the question using synonyms of the keywords. The pie charts illustrate data of the military budget in India spread across 5 areas for the years 1970 and 2010. I have first mentioned that this is a pie chart. Then I have replaced show with illustrate, sectorial allocation with spread across 5 areas, and then defense budget with military budget. Then comes writing an overview. For this, first study the graph or chart and then identify the highs and lows and the trend of what is changing from beginning to the end along with the similarities. For this task, it can be written like this. It can be observed that the maximum budget was allocated to army across the time span of 4 decades. But the most significant change can be seen in the area of intelligence, for which the budget has been doubled. Then you go on to write the body paragraphs. But before you begin writing, there are some points to keep in mind. 1. You need to decide how many body paragraphs to write, and that depends on how you will be comparing the data. For this chart, we can write 2 paragraphs as there are 2 pie charts comprising of similar data, so that we can compare the data between the 2 years. And 2. Keep in mind the specific vocabulary and terms for this task type. Here, as you need to compare the data in percentage terms, you should use terms such as almost half of, nearly 2/3, around a third, increased or decreased by a quarter, less than or more than a third of. For the body paragraphs, the proper way to frame a sentence is to show the trend and to give the proof by stating the figures. Let us now see how the body paragraphs for this task can be written. In 1970, more than half of the defense budget was apportioned from the army at 60%, which also happens to be the highest across the given period from 1970 to 2010. The allocation for Navy was at a third to that of the Army at 20%, and for Air Force at even half of the Navy at just 10%. The remaining 10% was divided between intelligence and R&D, with intelligence being given the least preference at just 3% of the total. Moving on to the next paragraph. In 2010, the distribution of funds amongst various defense sectors have witnessed a change, except for Navy. Army takes up the highest share at exactly half of the overall budget, but with a reduction of 10% from 1970. Air Force, on the other hand, has witnessed a 50% rise in its budget from 10% to 15%. The most significant change is in intelligence, which is doubled from 3% to 6%. Here in this, a variety of terms have been used, such as more than half, apportioned, divided between, witnessed a change, etc. to help you score well in the lexical resource and for coherence and cohesion. Thank you.